Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Imperial, Issue 3, 2025. Oh, we got a little Hulkling and Wiccan there, and we do get to check in on them in this issue. And we got some kind of surprise reveals. I mean, we're getting towards the end of this, but we will see how this kind of works out. I'm excited for it. Alright, so we're in Fulcrum space. And we get a really cool-ass splash there of the gate and then the Milano 2 popping through. It's like, oh shit, that's kind of fucked up. Made it! It's like, I like Shuri's face there. She's like, ah shit. Even Rich is like, raw. And all things considered, Rich, I think us being in one piece is a pretty big achievement. So let's show a little gratitude and a whole lot of love to the sturdiness of the Milano 2. But maybe let's give her the once-over when we dock at Fulcrum, just to be sure everything's copacetic. We should fill in the various council members on what's happened in Wakandan space, but I don't think we have time. Regardless of how things looked on the other side of that damaged Stargate, Wakanda's not going to lose a fight against a trapped enemy, no matter how powerful they think they are. And as soon as that's done, the first thing my brother is going to do is get that Stargate operational again. We have to have answers before that happens. Correct, Shuri? The thing is, Xandar's an abandoned system, and it doesn't have direct access to Fulcrum. So now it's, what, a 2-hop from here? No, 3. 3-hop trip. So we don't have much time, and we certainly can't get bogged down in station politics. So whatever we have to say, I'd better do it in a flyby. So they pretty much do exactly that, and I kind of like just seeing a little bit of checking in with that. To everyone on Fulcrum Station, this is Peter Quill, son of Jason, the now deceased ruler of the Spartax Empire. I've just returned from Wakandan space, where a great battle was underway between that empire and the collected council worlds, who believed that Wakanda was behind the recent terror acts on Fulcrum. Some of us no longer believe that is true, but that some other larger conflict is ongoing and putting all of us at risk. Who is behind it? We do not know. But I am currently traveling to find answers to that question, so please, I ask that you have patience, be calm, and above all things, hope for peace and not war. That might be the one thing that can save us. Okay, great. And we're like seeing that someone is looking in with pretty much their like little phone thing, and we find out that it's Hulkling and Wiccan. You're like, okay, they kind of have been off the board for a little bit, so it's like, where are they at? So everyone's pretty much gonna die. That's funny. Tell me something I didn't already know, and just seeing that dude just floating in space as they've got their kind of little bubble. God, the art's really grew a tear. I mean, just really fucking great. How come we can hear them, but they can't hear us? It's a strong signal, weak signal thing. The only ship that's come close enough for us to relay, for us to message was that Regalian frigate. But they ignored us, probably on purpose. How much longer will this barrier last, Billy? As long as I do. So not much longer, I think. I'm sorry, Teddy. It's like, fuck, no, shit. Now, I'm not that well versed with them, but even just the little bit that we've got here, it's like, you really feel for them. Be sorry for nothing. We'd have died in the vacuum when the station blew if it wasn't for you. We sure wouldn't have made it here. I'm the emperor of the 2 most powerful empires in this part of the universe, and I can't do anything to save us. Yeah, you're so totally useless. You know what I miss? Earth. Me too. I really would like to see our friends one last time. Our friends? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. What? You're gonna love me for this. And that's pretty much where we end it, as Billy's like, I got a brainwave. It's like, alright. And then, of course, we get representatives of the galactic powers and everything, as we then hop into this. Don't mind the world. So we're at Xandar, all that remains of a broken empire. And that is just, I love how it showcases the destruction and everything just kind of like on that kind of front. You're like, okay, they're zooming in. Gods. Yeah, it was truly something in its day. Order in the chaos, a quiet shore for all those who loved peace, justice, and all the good things that came from a people committed to it. Now all that remains is the memory of it. It's a lesson Wakanda should keep in mind, Shuri. Unless you're constantly on guard against even the slightest threat, be it external or internal. There you go. All good things will pass. Outside of what's left of the capital city is an entry point. We can get to the treasury from there. But the access tunnel is too small for the Milano, so we'll have to take another way down. Follow me. And this is a really cool kind of page layout, showcasing the Milano going down, and we get it kind of there, and there's like, oof, follow me. And then we're like on bikes and shit. It's like, yeah, cool. Of course, busting in there. Almost there. Treasury, huh? Gotta say, I always love the sound of credits running through my fingers. You know it's not that kind of treasury, Peter. Careful, stay behind me. Nova, Sovereign class. Designate Richard Ryder. Classified, Classified. Blackguard clearance. This place doesn't contain gold or money or of any kind. It's an archive. All that remains of this culture, a repository of art, knowledge, and history. Access granted. It's the Zandorian world mine. And then we see it with a kind of Nova-esque helmet there. Is there any trick to accessing it, or can you just put it on and go? Maybe I haven't been clear, and then we get a nice kind of organic lowdown here, without it being too plot dumpy in my opinion. There's a reason I, or any survivors of our empire, haven't done this yet. This is the only backup of the global consciousness of Xandar, and right now the world mind is dormant, stable but active. Stable but inactive. Once I activate it and it powers on, there's no returning to a dormant state. That would be the same as killing it. We would lose the only archive of our culture. Everything that was, gone forever. So if I turn it on, I have to keep it on. The energy costs to do that are almost unimaginable. It'll cost money. Lots of money, forever, until I can build some kind of replacement system or container. We have to know what's happening. You have to turn it on. Can you promise me that Wakanda will provide what I need to keep it that way? Cannot speak for my brother, no. But I will promise to do all I can. Not good enough. I don't blame, Rich there for being like that's not a good enough thing for him. So, my father's gone, and my sister probably isn't going to make it either. Which means that if I want it, the throne of Spartax is mine, along with all the wealth that comes with it. I did say I love the sound of credits running through my fingers. I can make this right, pal. I got your back. Okay. Good. Do it. And it's really cool when your friends got your back like that. It's like, alright, I know this shit was pretty bad and did some crazy ass shit, so I'm gonna try and help you, and you're gonna try and help me. So he puts it on, and that art there of it going kind of nutty on him, you're like, oh shit, motherfucker. Are you there? Yes. Hello, Nova Rider. It's been a while. Yeah, it has. Sorry about that. Do you know why we're here? I have full access to both your mind and your memories. Of course I do. Can you help us? Of course. But it will take roughly 1/3 of all power reserves I currently have. Should I proceed? Yes, please. Very well. This might hurt. Oh, I can see it. Moves within moves, the hidden hand. Oh god, I know who did this. It's like, shit. And then, 1 year ago, and then we get everything that all the splicing together, knowing what's going on. Kalakthun, commonly referred to as the Fishbowl. Acquired over 500 years ago in a game of chance against a fellow elder of the universe, this aquatic refuge is home to the largest collection of sea life in this corner of the greater Magellanic Cloud. It is an environment both nurtured and powered by a stolen sun from Subatomica and kept in a constant state of predatory-prey equilibrium. For in the Fishbowl, the only game of survival is played on the observation level, between those foolish individuals who dare to gamble at the highest level and the owner of this place, the greatest strategist in the known universe, the Grand Master. Ah, I see you finally arrived. Welcome, friend. And that's really kind of cool, just blasting into there, having it kind of split up like that before a really nice kind of half page there for the Grandmaster. Are we friends? I'm not sure putting on airs sets the proper mood for what's about to happen here. I certainly don't want any hurt feelings to arise from outside the expectations on the losing side, but have it your way, friend. The only way to find this constantly moving place is by solving the puzzle that accompanied my acceptance of your invitation to play. That you are 12 minutes late speaks poorly of your skills. So I tell you truly, Maximus of the Inhumans, it's possible that your only opportunity to experience the courtesy of decorum is before our game is played. Now, how do you know I wasn't just being dramatic? How indeed? And I really kind of like that. It's like, okay, I don't know. I mean, I remember Maximus from seeing a little bit of the Inhumans TV show, but I'm like, okay, I'm not really that well versed of what's going on with him at the moment in the comics, so it's like, okay, let's see what's going on here. I do have to concede, I found the stakes you propose quite fascinating. If you win, then I will gift you with the long-held secrets of Terran Genesis, along with all existing records of Inhuman genealogy, which I know you want. And if I win, well, you owe me a favor to be named at a later date. But it is well known that Maximus the Mad seeks favor from no one. That's true. So I then, of course, must suspect that this is a ruse of some sort, which offers its own amusement, I suppose, but that isn't what truly interests me. It's the challenge. It's like, okay, we're setting up our players and seeing how this game is kind of working out here. I mean, we've seen the consequences, but let's actually get into this. And I really like that we get varying sizes of panels, and it kind of shifts around, but still sticks to your kind of core paneling without it getting boring. Yes, The empires in my corner of the universe are very quietly planning to use commerce and trade, the scandalous byproducts of peace, to create a new union superpower, and you would like to see it fail. What can I say? I have plans that will only thrive in chaos, and all this order is just an itch I cannot scratch. But to be clear, the challenge is not for their union to fail, it is for you to put them at each other's throats. I need a war, Grandmaster. Nothing less will do. It's like, okay. I'm not old and human. I am ancient. I have seen it all, and so I know that war is the natural state of most living things, and on a long enough timeline, no. You have 1 year. Standard Earth, of course, and here's the trick. They cannot know that anyone was behind it. The hand, as it were, must remain hidden. So, is that a yes? Your invitation to play was always an implied acceptance of a wager, Maximus, and as I see it, all the risk is yours. Now, shall we begin? And then we pretty much see what was pretty much going on in those little bits that we had previously seen within this. Or are you having second thoughts? After all, there's no shame in being afraid. What we are wagering is no small sum, and the cost, if you should lose, just might lead to the end of you and yours. You might be right, you probably are, but I just couldn't live with myself if I didn't try. Good. Too many these days are afraid to gamble. Living well is not simply existing, but a life where everything is on the line. Do you know this game? I'm sorry, I don't. Pretty much showcasing what we've already seen before. And of course, we've got different kind of hues to kind of think that maybe it's Mephisto or whatnot kind of doing this stuff. Charade is a wonderful game, pure strategy, much like the Shi'ar contest of Dithrite, or the Chameleon Dance of Light. But unlike those, this one is asymmetrical and increases in complexity with every adversary represented. Do you see? When the game starts, you do not know if you're playing against one opponent or many. Which I suppose makes it the perfect reflection, a pure representation of the game you and I are about to play. And it does. It does. And are you ready to begin? Yes, yes indeed, very much so. I have to tell you, I'm quite eager to see your opening moves. Oh, the first act of the game is always the same. Someone has to die. And then we bring it into actually seeing them kind of going through with it. So it's to be murder. Delightful. No, not murder. Murders. So many strings to pull that one just wouldn't do? Something like that. Well, no one's ever accused me of having clean hands. So who's it going to be? And how long do I have to wait to see the grisly deed done? Standard Earth time, as agreed to. Then, 11 months and 12 days, give or take a day. Leaving things a little late, are we? Some might see it that way. So what are we to do with ourselves as we wait here for you to make your first move? More wine? Something more decadent? You misunderstand. What is first is last, and what is last, as any savvy player knows, must come first. Now you're just being evasive. It's like, okay, what's going on here, Grandmaster? And then we see him explaining it out, and I really like that he's at top and then kind of going down as we see this kind of go on. What we are doing is telling a story to all those who will be caught up in the web of it. And like any story well told, the path our players should take appear to be self-determined while it is anything but. So while we begin and work from the beginning, the murders we will give them, we work backward from a desired end state. And just so, their efforts, guided by our hand, will lead to a conclusion predetermined by us. Some see free people with hopes and dreams, but all I see are pawns to be moved hither and yon, as we are looking at the representations of kind of like Wakanda and all that there. So, ooh. Well, that's a rather dark view of the living, Grandmaster. Keep talking like that and I might just fall in love. Listen closely, child. I'm an elder of the universe. I've seen galactic empires rise and fall. I've seen worlds born and their nourishing suns cease to exist. My life has been measured in eons, and I've spent all that time doing one thing, being a player of games. I've dedicated my life to it, and there's none better. This is art, and I'm a master of my craft. Show me. It's like, thing is, I'm like, oh shit, I'm not a master of like a game craft, but I kind of get what he's saying there. Lesser players might begin by stoking the fires of external conflicts, deep-seated hatreds that are, in some instances, thousands and thousands of years old. However, I see a board with strong pieces and stable positions able to withstand such outside influences. Interesting there. But I do see the opportunity for internal pressure, beginning with the most warlike race, the Shi'ar. And then he starts kind of laying out what's kind of happened and what his kind of attempts are for this. It's like, shit, internal's usually the best kind of route, because depending upon what the external factor is, it could unite the people. Their 10,000 worlds are ripe for class rebellion. The people have always barely tolerated the heavy hand of the dynastic Naramani, but for the first time that number now extends to the Imperial Vanguard itself, i.e., other ones that have power and would rather have that power elsewhere. Don't you understand? Innovation has always been the enemy of loyalty. The number of decommissioned Super Guardians has increased recently as newer models have replaced the growing obsolescent older warriors of the Annihilation and Ascension Wars. Really kind of crazy to have it like that. So it was with great folly that the next Super Guardian class scheduled for retirement is Electron. It's like, okay, and this gives us the understanding of what's going on here. For it is one of the very few classes where a common, true-born Shi'ar citizen can join the Imperial Guard. They undergo an empowerment process so they might stand tall beside their more naturally gifted Super Guardian brothers and sisters. Ah, so you're taking away that one option for those common to good ahead. And what if I told you that this current, soon-to-be cast-aside Electron was rumored to be the secret son of the Mad Emperor Deccan? Suppose if, by his blood, he had a true claim to the throne, and should he rebel, a small army of cast-aside Guardians would join him, because they see the opportunity to take power for themselves. What if we whispered in his ear a secret plan, not just to deliver, not to right this wrong, but deliver the same justice throughout the universe? And where might this influence spread? Ah, those of true kings or queens being put in place. This then, of course, links up with the Skrulls. I would insist that it would be the creed chain around the Skrulls next. The belief that a tenuous union between a devout diaspora and a hawkish technocracy would be held together by a boy king was always laughable. And as the Imperial hobgoblin shapeshifters are as undetectable to the Skrulls as the Skrulls are to all of us, it would be a very believable miracle that their holy empress, Veranke, resurrected and reborn in all her glory, has returned to preach the good words of the righteousness, revolution, and liberty. That kind of sounds like an echoing of Kahless from Star Trek, and I don't mind that being taken, but it's like, oh shit, that fucking is gonna do some shit. How else would her people respond except with religious fervor? What would be more natural than a second, more aggressive secret Skrull invasion? Okay, I'm gonna back up. Kahless is an important, if you're not into Star Trek, that's fine, but I'm giving you a kind of little lowdown. Veranke kind of evidently fills a similar kind of role in the Skrulls' religion as Kahless. Kahless is this kind of warrior figure that's kind of like Jesus, comes back, has formed the Klingon Empire and everything, and his kind of coming back would be a big giant thing that unlocks a lot of kind of crazy shit that would go on with the Klingons. This is the same kind of rationale, and banging it together like that. So we've got the Skrulls invading the Skrulls on this, which makes sense. I mean, they're interesting to utilize with like secret invasions and other ones as well, but like doing it within their own ranks, that's a different kind of twist. We'll see how that kind of works. And in the halls of power and at the levers of society, of hundreds of societies, my Skrull seeds will flower. And it's like, oh shit. 11 months later, a harvest. Do you see? And then, of course, seeing what's all kind of going on there. Of course, the poisonings. The poisons, those who paid for them, the bullets, the fingers that pulled the trigger. All vectors leading to a single vanishing point. As everything kind of goes down, it's like, oh shit. And so it comes to this, an inflection point, when all eyes turn and shadows rise to reveal the real enemy. Oh, I do love surprises, of course, showing it going down like that. As I love the great game, and the pieces who play it well, as it's going down to eat some shit. It's like, fuck. You have to understand, all conflict spins on the axis of scarcity. It breeds contempt among so-called allies, that they dare to have something I do not, especially when the survival of a society depends on it. That kind of makes sense there. Interesting way of seeing the board, friend. A bit cynical, I have to say. And all blind men hate the truth. Take another look. A new alliance of worlds constructed on the back of an enhanced Stargate system dependent on vibranium, a rare element that naturally only exists inside the borders of Imperial Wakanda. Do you see how quickly the alliance's member nations all align against them? Do you see how quickly they choose war? Some would argue they had reason. Perhaps they were looking for an excuse. And just look what happened when I gave them one. Motherfucker. The Wakandans had leverage, but I used it against them, as we see fucking Black Panther, like, trying to, like, run from the Hulks. It's like, eh, shit. The Skrulls had fervor and a righteous cause. Just look at what a mockery I have made of them. And we see, like, our accuser tried to, like, not get ass kicked. The Shi'ar had plans within plans, and now they have boxed themselves in, as we see people captured. And you had a wager with your betters. You dared to play the Grandmaster. And so, at the end, we come to this. A perfectly played game, painted across the canvas of cold and forgiving space. knocking down the Shi'ar, knocking down the Wakandans. I chose the players, I chose the board, and as such, I cannot lose. And we will see that that's not exactly the case. Well done. I have to say I am impressed. It looks like you win. I will prepare the Inhuman genetic records, along with all we possess regarding Terran Genesis. Keep them. What? I said keep them. For you are an ant. What concern is it of mine the inner workings of the Inhumans? I simply like the audacity of the wager and the impossibility of the task. I kind of get that. It's like, I kind of want to see how I can do this shit. Now I will put it all back. Watch as I pull the right thread and the tapestry of war falls apart. That wasn't the deal. I did exactly what I promised. Surely they didn't expect me to lead the universe as you desire instead of how I do. Your desires are dust compared to mine, child. Who are you to compared to me? It's like... And that's kind of where he kind of fucks up. Listen closely, Elder. I am a royal of the Inhumans. I too have seen galactic empires rise and fall. Our own was one of them, and as such, it sits poorly with us. But now, we change all that. Change it, yep. For I have spent all of my time doing two things, being a liar and being a cheat. I have dedicated my life to it, and there is none better. It is art, Elder, and I am a master of my craft. Look, it seems you've missed a piece. As he brings out Black Bolt, it's like, okay, two masters going at it. There's one more king on the board. Black Bolt, ruler of the Inhumans, genetic perfection with a voice that shakes the heavens. Lockjaw, loyal canine, and universal transport. Yeah, Lockjaw. That's fucking cool. And I like how kind of different the page layout is there. Doing a kind of curvature like that. What is this? A little shaking of the head. A little clearing of the eyes, and what a sight to behold. And a human in search of a crown. Sigh, such folly. You only have two options. Accept your defeat or deny it, but neither changes the result. Is that so? The Grandmaster seems confused by this turn of events, and more than that, what it means. Tell him who's really won, brother. And I'm like, oh, fucking shit. And then we see him say, I win, and blast. That is... Listen, this art's been beautiful. I love the coloring. I love how the characters are represented. Showing Black Bolt doing that with his voice and the Grandmaster, this is... This right here. Page of the book. Like, I would say, like, the top portion. I mean, the rest of it's good, too. I mean, that's awesome at the teleporting there. But that... God damn. You guys got it. Color, drawing, everything. If anything had been changed, it wouldn't work as well. Most successful people, the winners among us, usually aren't great at facing defeat. So, all things considered, I think he took that rather well. As for me, well, I have to tell you, much has happened in the last year, and all of it of consequence. But are we sure we want to take things further? After all, we could just disappear for a few more years, wander the universe, the very best of brothers in search of enlightenment, or better yet, good old-fashioned fun? What do you say? And seeing the Grandmaster there, just like, holy shit. And then Black Bolt's like, Maximus, what up? Fine, have it your way. Let's go get you an empire. To be continued. It's like, okay. Now, I thought there was going to be some other kind of comics, but evidently comic schedules have been shifted, and there will be like 5 comics that I'm on my pull list next week. One of them, Imperial War Black Panther, which was moved from the 20th to the 27th. As well, She-Hulk is on the same schedule at the moment, 8/27. Imperial War Exiles 9/3. Imperial War Nova Centurion 9/10 at the moment. Imperial War Imperial Gardens 10/1. I have all of these on my pull, but we have of course also got the 4th issue of this as well. The Galaxy is at War. Follow the story as it unfolds in there. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I liked seeing, checking back in with Hulkling and Wiccan, and that, yeah, there might be games and games in this stuff. We've got a lot of crazy shit that this was evidently Maximus of the Inhumans kind of like getting them kind of back into the Empire game, which was a crazy fucking reveal. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I'm like, I'm glad. I don't think that the Inhumans were a bad thing. I don't think that the Inhuman show and what kind of fell off from that and what they were doing in the comics really needed them to be like thunder fucking tossed into just like, I'm gonna let you sit here. It's like, come on, they're fine. But it's cool to get them back into this, and it's like, ooh, especially on the cosmic kind of level. I like seeing Peter and Shuri and Rich get to the War Mind and figure out what was going on and have the consequences of this. Peter has to back Richard on this. Otherwise, they will lose the Zendarian mind. It's like, okay. I'm really interested to see what Wiccan and Hulkling's kind of stuff kind of works out for, and what overall Maximus's Black Bolt's objectives are. This has been I really didn't have big expectations of this. I was just, fuck it, I'm gonna check this shit out. I'm like, okay, I like how they've handled the characters, I like the setup, and the story's just fucking working for me, which is really kind of strange. I'm kind of hit or miss with Jonathan Hickman on certain kind of things, but he's really fucking hitting with me on this. I guess it's mainly because there's enough of these characters that I'm not completely entrenched on a certain kind of creative team's vision on, that I can kind of take his kind of portions with what's kind of going on with the Hulk and all the rest of them. Now, I have shifted to reading The Incredible Hulk, which is turning into the Infernal Hulk, so I'm trying to figure out timeline and what's kind of going on with Hulk here and all that, but I'm alright with it. I like how Hulk and Brawn are handled here. I'm interested to see what goes on with She-Hulk and where this is going. Like, this is mainly setting up an interesting, more kind of status quo for the cosmic side. I wonder how Spidey's kind of going to deal with that, because he's going kind of cosmic with certain kind of things as well. So we'll see how that kind of works out. But I really enjoyed this, and yeah, $4.99. It worked out well, so I liked it. If you didn't like it, that's quite alright. And I could understand you just being like, I didn't get into this. It's a different kind of one, and it kind of is. There's not a whole lot of action, and it's more kind of just in the background with the moves, and then boom, when the action comes, it's got to have that weight behind it, and that's what this kind of tries to entail with, like, alright, this is why this is all going on. So we'll see where issue 4 goes and the rest of the kind of one-shot, so I'm intrigued. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.